This is a piece that I'm taking up to the shop this Wednesday. It's a sort of a crossover between folk art and outsider art. And I say this because when you get closer, there's signs that the person did not have extensive art training. But that doesn't mean it's not an interesting or great painting. In fact, outsider art has become the rage among collectors, and I can understand it because there's a thought process involved and it tells a story. This could have been somebody's farm or an ancestor's farm, and it's no longer in the family, but they decided that they'd like a little memory of it, so they made this painting. Now, this was done in 1955. I don't recognize the artist. It was probably a local artist. I picked this up a couple years ago at a yard sale, but I didn't bother to ask them if it was in their family. I should have, but hindsight's 2020. But back to the art, I still think it's interesting, and that's the one thing I look for in everything that I get for our shop. Our motto, interesting things for interesting people, is more than just a business motto or byline. I really want things that are interesting, and then when you get them home, they're interesting at home and people make comments, and there's an enjoyment that you don't get by just buying mass-produced items or just random purchases. So when we say interesting things for interesting people, we really mean it. And as to the art, our art also runs the gamut. We'll have simple things like paint by numbers because they're collected. I currently have a painting that's been there a while, but it's really special because it was the Titanic leaving port, and it was painted by a comic book pulp artist. So it's a rare piece, and it might have been the last thing he ever painted. Now, when you get back to outsider type art, you're not going to see the details usually, but there's still interesting stuff. You know, as we get closer here, is this place deserted? Are those abandoned vehicles, and are things collapsing? Does someone still live here? Are the cabins extra homes for relatives, or were they work sheds? We don't know. All we know is it's a nighttime in winter and it's out on the farm. And maybe that's all the artist intended. We'll probably never know. But it's still an interesting piece, and it's pretty unique. So if you were into folk art or art outsider art, this might be something that interests you. And again, like the other things I've been showing, these are currently at home. I'm getting things together to take up to the shop, and this will be there Wednesday if you're interested. So again, like I always say, and I mean it, thanks for watching our video, and I hope you have an awesome day.